Welcome to Yesler Terrace. This community was founded in the early 1940s by the Seattle Housing Authority as the city's first publicly subsidized housing. It was created to help impoverished families find stable living situations and is now also the home to many immigrants and refugees. The community is located just outside of the downtown area in Seattle and prides itself on its diversity. The community speaks over 26 different languages and has various types of cuisine. As a group, we see their diversity as a strength in the community, but as we walked around, we found many other wonderful resources for the children.
Our first stop was the Yesler Terrace Community Center that was built in 2004 and provides free services to everyone in the community. They have ping pong tables, a basketball court, a computer lab, craft rooms, a playground, cooking lessons, and free summer camp. Currently, the community center gets federal funding for its program because it is an economically struggling area in Seattle, and most of the residents are currently in low-income housing.
Other resources for children can be found at Bailey Gatzert Elementary, a local elementary and preschool that has the highest poverty rate in Seattle schools. As a group, we got the chance to interview the principal, who was very happy to talk about the resources they provide. They offer after-school programs that tutor kids and teaches them fun skills like tap dancing, poetry, and filmmaking. Additionally, after the program is over, they provide the kids with transportation home. All of this for free. They also have an on-site doctor and dentist to provide free services for the children. They participate in programs and partnerships to engage the children in learning, from the Reading Olympics, to soccer with the Sounder players, to poetry with companies in New York, and art projects with the local art museum named Fry.
Children currently have many resources available, but when we visited the Yesler Terrace State Housing Authority, we had the opportunity to talk to one of property managers about a new project that may impede on these great resources.
The Seattle Housing Authority property manager explained the plan to rebuild new apartments for residents. Currently, they have 561 units and are planning to expand to 1,800 units for low-income housing. However, in order to afford this, they had to sell some of their land and allow private companies to build housing in the community that will not be offered to low-income families. This change affects the community in many ways. It will increase the population density from an estimated 1,000 to 5,000 in the next 5 to 6 years, and will alter the economy and resources provided to the new community. Our group explored several questions when interviewing community members. How will this change affect families who need to be relocated or who have to live in dense construction areas? How will this project affect the close community feel in the area? How will the diversity and economic change affect what is offered and the funding of resources in the area? We had the privilege of talking to the property manager of the Seattle Housing Authority, the Yesler Terrace Community Center Computer Lab Supervisor, and the Gatzert Elementary Principal to answer some of these questions.
When talking to the Seattle Housing Authority, she shared her worries with us. One of her concerns was that during the demolition the families had to get relocated, which is not easy and causes extra stress on the family on the top of what they are already experiencing. Another concern was that the close community feel might get lost. The current homes are too small, two-story units with a backyard and community playground for children. When the project is complete, the residents will not have a backyard. Instead, they will be tall apartment complex with the units will be stacked on the top of each other, and they will have fewer but larger communal areas for children. This change will require people to go around and knock on each other's doors to meet their neighbors and can lead to isolation. This is because for some cultures, going to someone else's door to introduce yourself can be seen as intrusive on another privacy and looked down upon, whereas before they could just talk to their neighbors from their own backyard.
Another concern was brought to our attention by the computer lab supervisor in the Yesler Community Center. He said with an influx this great, the community center may not be able to provide services for all of the community members, and with the alteration of the economics in the community, It will be hard to decide who gets first priority, someone who can pay for it or someone who can't. It is also difficult to tell what federal funding they will receive with a change in the local economy. Many teenagers in the community have made documentaries on their concerns using the resources in the community center computer lab.
However, to our surprise, the principal did not share the same concerns as the community center. He said the biggest influx in housing is private housing and is not estimated to bring in a lot of families with children. Thus, his estimated number of students should stay relatively reasonable, with maybe a slight increase. If this occurs, he said they can build portable classrooms near the playground to fit over 200 extra children. But their school is not yet to capacity as is and should have no trouble accommodating more students. Even the after-school programs can be supported because they are led by Seattle University volunteers, and the school can reach out to more undergraduates if necessary. Hearing this news from the principal was encouraging for our group to hear, but led us to one final question. If the families are not estimated to move in, then who is? Young, single adults? If that is the case, what new businesses will the population attract? And will that be positive influences on the children in the community?
The Yesler Terrace community is currently a place full of positive influences on the local children, with strong support systems in place to help inspire them to thrive. But the large influx in the population density holds a questionable threat to the incredible resources and strong, diverse community.
Thank you for getting to know Yesler Terrace better with us. We hope you will help support Yesler Terrace in maintaining its incredible resources for children.